Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at every main Pokemon game, ranked.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be ranking every main Pokemon game so far from worst to best. To be clear, none of them are bad games, but some of them are clearly better than others. If you disagree with our order, please tell us about it in the comments. Number 10. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. While these games call back to certain early games in the franchise, they're not quite remakes. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are some of the most simplistic games in the franchise. The combat is dumbed down, omitting wild battles entirely, and the motion controls can be frustrating. Sometimes it feels like Pokemon Go, but without the whole going outside thing, and with a steep price tag. Even so, the games have some fun features, like Pokemon following you in the overworld and co-op play. Plus, the overall aesthetic is very appealing. Number 9. Pokemon Sword and Shield. These may be the newest main games in the franchise as of this writing, but newer isn't always better. There is a lot of positive here. Dynamaxing is cool, and the wild area is generally liked. There are also some great quality of life changes, like being able to access all of your Pokemon remotely. But even with steps forward, longtime fans are frustrated by the steps taken backwards. The lack of Pokemon available proved wildly unpopular. The degree of hand-holding is another detested feature. The graphics also proved of inconsistent quality, and does anyone like single-use TRs? Ultimately, Sword and Shield has left gamers wondering why Game Freak seems to cut corners on one of the most profitable game franchises of all time. Number 8. Pokémon X and Y. The first main series Pokemon games to make the jump to 3D, Pokemon X and Y shook things up in some areas. They introduced a new type, Fairy, while also introducing Mega Evolutions, powerful temporary forms for existing Pokemon. Players can also customize their characters for the first time. Still, as fun as these additions are, X and Y are fairly short compared to the other games in the series. They also began the trend of modern Pokemon games, making things a little too easy for players, with features like an experience share and gifting powerful Pokemon. All in all, X and Y feel a bit too safe to be extraordinary. Number 7. Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. The first proper sequels in the main Pokemon series, Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, pick up where their predecessors left off, but 2 years later. Although set in the same region, new areas are opened up and more Pokemon from previous generations are available. There's also a world tournament with trainers from previous games, as well as, for the first time in a Pokemon game, actual difficulty settings. With all that Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 have going for them, there's not much bad to say about them. The only reason we don't rate them higher is that they're built on the foundation of their predecessors, so they don't stand out quite as much as other entries. Number 6. Pokémon Sun and Moon. Releasing the year of the franchise's 20th anniversary, Pokémon Sun and Moon proved a marked departure in some ways. For the first time, there weren't any gyms to battle, instead focusing on island challenges against tough Pokemon and gym leader-like kahunas. Hated features like HMs were replaced with ride Pokemon. Sun and Moon also introduced regional variant Pokemon, as well as super moves called Z-moves. The games do have their issues though, such as the slower pacing, partly due to the emphasis on the story. While some of these gripes are addressed in expanded remakes Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, these also felt like cash grabs to many fans. It's always nice to see Pokemon try new things, but Sun and Moon ended up feeling middle of the road. Number 5. Pokemon Black and White. A lot of people have strong opinions on this generation of games, and for good reason. Black and White features a large new region to explore with more new Pokemon than any before them. They also have a surprisingly compelling story and introduced great features like reusable TMs. Still, not everything about them was well received, as features like triple battles proved polarizing. The region is pretty linear, and the fact that few returning Pokemon appeared proved an unpopular decision for many. To some, Pokemon Black and White are the peak of the franchise, and we can absolutely see why. Even so, we can understand their detractors' position too. Number 4. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire introduced a lot of things that became crucial to later games, including individual Pokemon abilities and natures that added more variety and depth to the battle system. Speaking of which, they also were the first games to feature double battles. There are certainly things to not like about them, like the removal of features such as the day/night cycle, and the inability to trade with previous games. Additionally, the post-game content is a little sparse. Thankfully, that was fixed in Pokemon Emerald with the much-loved Battle Frontier. Overall, Ruby and Sapphire are strong entries in the franchise, even if they and their remakes Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have a slight overabundance of H2O. Number 3. Pokémon Diamond and Pearl. The fourth generation of main Pokemon games are quite polarizing among fans. For everyone who loves the Sinnoh region's sprawling map, there's someone who hates it. Critics have rightly pointed out that Diamond and Pearl can move at a very slow pace, both in battle and in the overworld. There were also a lot of issues with Pokemon variety and options. Fire types, anyone? But still, Diamond and Pearl made major strides, with features like the physical/special split for attacks and being the first games to offer online play. Plus, Pokemon Platinum fixed many of their shortcomings. Diamond and Pearl are well liked, and many fans are eagerly awaiting the forthcoming remakes for the Switch. Number 2. Pokemon Red and Blue. The games that started them all haven't aged well in some respects. The Psychic type is incredibly overpowered, and there are a host of other balance issues. The graphics aren't that great these days either, but many of these issues are fixed in subsequent games that have returned to the region, such as Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Fire Red, and Leaf Green. At their core, these games laid the foundation of the engaging battle system, and other gameplay that have remained staples of the franchise for decades. Not to mention the many iconic Pokemon designs and memorable soundtrack. Yet, for all Red and Blue did to make the series what it is today, one set of games exceeded them in our book. Number 1. Pokemon Gold and Silver. The second time can be the charm too. Gold and Silver introduced many important features to the series, from the day/night cycle to held items to the new types Dark and Steel. Another great feature is the non-linearity of the Johto region, which allows players to tackle some gyms in any order, even if this does create some level curve problems. Even sister game Crystal and remakes Heart Gold and Soul Silver had great features, like introducing animated sprites and allowing any Pokemon to follow you, respectively. Best of all, the post-game content opened up the entire Kanto region from Red and Blue. Not only are Gold and Silver the best Pokemon games, but they have also delivered the biggest or the most Pokemon we've gotten so far.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.